Okay, good morning and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. As you join me now, I am 6 weeks out from my first ever bodybuilding competition. 6 weeks. So we've done 13 weeks so far. We've lost 13 kilos in that time and we still have more to lose. The changes now are going to be so drastic to the visuals and the total package that we take with us on stage day. So it is really, foot to the floor, nail everything as it needs to be done so that come 6 weeks time, we are in the most competitive position we possibly can be. My morning so far has started with a fasted walk. I've taken the dogs out, a black coffee to accompany me and wake me up. So a good start to the day. It's nice and sunny out and looks to stay that way today as well. So the plan is to get breakfast in, chill out for a little bit, let that digest, get a few more steps in before having my pre-workout meal. And then we are in the gym for back day. So let me go and freshen up, get my breakfast ready, and I will be back with you. Okay, so we are back. Feeling fresher, feeling full. We just had breakfast about 45 minutes ago. That is just egg whites, 1 yolk, spinach on sourdough with 2 kiwis. So that's how we start the morning after our fasted walk. Then we've just chilled out since then, preparing ourselves to go into the gym for back day. We have freshened up, little shave. Nice this time of the diet that you do kind of tighten up, you get a nicer face structure. How long that lasts after the show, we will find out. But yeah, feeling a lot better and ready to get on with the day. So meal 2 is shortly. I think my supplement order may have just turned up as well, so that's a great start to the week. So let's go grab that. I'll run through what it is that I've ordered and then we can get into meal 2 and I'll take you with me into the gym and we can train back. So we are going to go and grab our order now, so 2 seconds. Okay, so we've got the goods here. I'm just going to run through exactly what it is that we've ordered and find out. Okay, so to begin with, I actually got some freebies in here. So I've got the travel mug, so form travel mug, ideal for the morning walk with a black coffee. The current flask I've actually got doesn't fit in my cup holder in my car, so I hope this one does. We've also got a hydrate shot. They've given me the strawberry and blackcurrant flavour, so we'll give that a go shortly as well. What else do we have? Okay, so to begin with, we have got a whey protein and another whey protein here. So we've got salted caramel and we've also gone for the chocolatella. This is my go-to at the moment. I'm a sucker for a chocolate-based protein and this one here just seems to be nailing it for me at the moment. The reason I've gone for the salted caramel as well is because I've got a chocolate brownie cream of rice. So I was thinking if I make sort of a whey protein sauce to go over the top of that, salted caramel and whey protein with a cream of rice of brownie. So a salted caramel brownie essentially sounds great to me. So that is the reason behind that one. And that one is just my go-to. that is also another freebie. They've thrown in a meal replacement. I don't tend to use these myself, so I tend to give them to my sister, for instance, just because I get most of my nutrients through my meals throughout the day. However, very handy to have if you are on the go and living a little bit more of a busy lifestyle. So definitely something to look into if that will be appropriate for yourself. And then we have the Relax Stress Support Hot Chocolate as well. Just a nice little soothener when it comes to pre-bedtime. Yeah, great ingredients just to calm you down for the day, and yeah, make sure you get a nice good sleep, feel well recovered in the morning, and yeah, ready to go and smash the following day. So always worth looking into. Electrolytes, an essential, just keep yourself hydrated. We've gone for the gummy worms flavour. Obviously, in prep at the moment, fairly deep into things. We're not having sweets or anything of that nature. So, keeping it sour, keeping it refreshing. So, yeah, yet to give this a go, but looking forward to it for sure. And then just 2 essentials I'll be taking for. One is my omega-3s, obviously for joint support, and then we've just got the D3 and K2 just for immune system support to make sure that we stay healthy and fit so that we don't have any hiccups along the way when it comes to just general health. So definitely something worth investing in and keeping it on top of if you're not already. So that is my supplement order. As I said, time for my pre-workout meal, and then we will head across to the gym and begin our back session. So wish me luck. Okay, so we are finally en route to the gym. It is back day. One of my weakest body parts, if I'm honest, in terms of what needed the most development. Definitely something that we focused in on. We reduced leg volume in order to do so. So that meant having a standalone pull day as normal, and then a posterior day, which was, very heavily back biased with some hamstring movements in there as well, just to ensure that everything on the posterior chain was being hit a little bit more frequently in order to create more balance. So that was the sort of preparation phase before we got into diet, was to really build that side of things up. Obviously, whilst ensuring that everything else was ticking over as well and seeing improvement, that was what we sort of had honed in on to really be that sort of area of interest. And it has definitely helped massively. That sort of increased frequency in training that muscle part has created such a difference in the structure of my back, and sort of the posterior chain, as I mentioned. So we are in for back today. I now I started using wrist wraps. I've got the 1MR wrist wraps, and it's just allowed me to really ensure that the tension and load remains on my back, as opposed to fighting the fatigue through your forearms and your biceps, for instance. I think that's a very common thing. And whilst it is key to develop forearm strength and grip strength when it comes to training, there comes a point where your back muscles are just much larger, much stronger, and have a stronger sort of endurance in terms of their fatigue rate than your forearms will. And so for that, wrist wraps have been a great help. So yeah, we're about 15 minutes from the gym, heading in now. We'll drop my pre-workout shortly. I am again using Perform for my pre-workout. I've got a watermelon lemonade flavour. So good and so refreshing. It's 29 degrees today here in England, so yeah, an essential definitely to have a nice refreshing flavour. It's quite a strong flavour as well, so I can put it with a good mix of water, which just means I'm further hydrated for my session and hopefully get some gnarly pumps because of that. So yeah, let's get to the gym. Okay, so here is the first movement of the back day. It's the prime extreme row. We do 2 working sets here. We are primarily loading the top pin here to really emphasize the load in the stretched portion of the movement. So that's why as we get to the bottom here, we keep it there under tension. And whilst under tension, we're looking to try and wrap the muscles of our back around our torso, almost driving our sort of skeletal system and our spine the opposite way to go against the movement of the muscle to really emphasize that stretch. Okay, so the second exercise is the cable row. I often go between this and a mid to high row on the lat pull down, which I will show you in another video. Again, just to really emphasize on the targeted area here, which is trying to drive thickness through that upper middle portion of the back. Again, holding it into the stretch portion, trying to have as little movement of my upper half towards the stack. We're trying to keep my body going against the weight, allowing the muscles to stretch and pull through, and then driving back into that contraction. Again, we are doing 2 working sets here. We are doing 2 working sets for the majority of our lifts. One being a heavier set with lesser reps, usually in that 8 to sort of 12 rep range, and then a secondary set, usually sort of from 10 upwards with a decrease in load. Okay, and for our third exercise, we are then on the underhand grip lat pull down. This is the second set of the exercise. Again, we've done an initial set with a heavier load and fewer reps. And here on the second set, as you will see, we are doing a rest pulls. So we are going for 12 to 15 reps on the first set on a reduced load from the initial set. We'll then have a break around 10 seconds, sort of regather ourselves, and then we are back in for as many reps as possible. The idea here is to really allow your arms to stretch upwards and forwards. What this does is create good amount of tension on the lat muscle and allows it to get into that full stretch range of motion. And then as we are then coming into contraction, the idea is to drive your elbows into your pockets and drive down hard but under control.
it's not a pull day unless you're hitting some biceps at the end. We did hit rear delts just before this, but it's not the most exciting thing to film. So here we are just doing the lying dumbbell bicep curls to really ensure that there is constant tension on the bicep. So we're holding it here in that stretch position, contracting the dumbbell up by shortening the bicep and not spending much time at the top, but back down into that stretch, under control as always. With this bicep movement, we are hitting 3 to 4 sets. Again, varying in rep ranges, and as the reps are higher, the weight is less. So we start heavier and then work our way back down, but ensuring that the weight follows suit to enable us to get the right amount of reps to ensure that we are getting a good amount of volume and fatigue through this muscle group.
Okay, so all in all, been a pretty successful back day. Moved some good weight. Definitely keeping performance levels up, which is ideal at this stage of the prep. So we are 6 weeks out from our show. So to retain that performance at this stage is, a testament to ticking the boxes, testament to my coach. And yeah, just making sure that we continue on this track. Just because body weight is moving downwards and we have got less food doesn't mean we have to train any less hard. Obviously, we have to mitigate factors. If we aren't feeling as well recovered, then maybe we have to take things into consideration at that point. But when we're in here, we still train hard. We're trying to retain this muscle tissue that we've built over the course of our bulk phase. We want to retain it, we keep it there, we went there for show day. So we're getting here, we do what we need to do, continue to push through, regardless of what's telling ourselves in our head, regardless of the scale weight, regardless of the food intake. We've done these weights before, we're gonna make sure we do them again. So yeah, for me, it's a good back session, all things considering. So definitely been a target point for me throughout this phase, and one I want to continue to put a lot of effort and investment into. So when I'm in here, I'll be faultless, going to stick to the task at hand, and today has been a day where we've done that. I will do a full training day at some point through all my lifts, just so you can get an idea of what it is that I'm doing, why I'm doing certain things, and yeah, just the progression that it's making. And any questions that you got on there in terms of training tips, I'll be more than happy to help as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and until next time.